So here we have the Adidas Bad Bunny Adizero SL72 High Fashion Solar Orange. So there's a bit of a mouthful. And this is a collaboration between Adidas and Bad Bunny is a Latino music artist and very popular. And these trainers obviously released in 2024, and it was a sneaker mashup, which is a strange one really, because you don't normally expect this type of footwear to appear. When they kind of did do this, I think they must have looked at, now that I see it on social media about people doing sort of sneaker mashups, and so they probably came up with this idea to do it themselves. And it's a mashup of two different sneakers, a popular at the moment slim profile SL72 on top, and then the bottom half is more of the Y2K sneaker, which is the Adios Adizero OG. So with the details, it comes in a maroon, chalk white, solar orange and semi-solar red. So with the Adidas websites and other places, trying to find out the colour scheming, it all differs depending on where you look. But obviously you can sort of see on the trainer, there is the maroon colour here, and this is more of the navy, this suede around the eyelets. And then also you got the orange, which is this bright orange that you see along the bottom half of the sneaker, being the Adios sneaker part. And I think the solar red is, I think these stripes, they look more red to me. But then it's also got green and blue on there, which is again another sort of strange combination, and similar to something like the Action Bronson collab. And these have Adiprene in the heel, so it's mainly for impact protection and cushioning really, so that's in the heel. But also in the forefoot you have the Adiprene Plus basically technology, which is supposed to be a bit more softer apparently, so, and that's mainly on the forefoot, because obviously the bottom half of the sneaker, being an Adios Adizero, was made for running, I think 2008, 2010, and one of the, I can't remember the guy's name, but who won a sort of marathon in these particular sneakers, the Adizero sneakers, and so that's the reason, for why they've sort of chosen this particular one as well. And it also has an Adiwear outsole, so you can sort of see that here, and it's meant to be sort of more hard wearing, and it feels very sort of grippy. So I think they've used some sort of rubber compound that's better than normal. And it also has a TPU torsion plate that you can sort of see here as well. So that's a classic Adidas thing that they do, and it's mainly sort of in for when you're running, and so it helps you from sort of twisting your foot really, and so it keeps you sort of stable. And the materials, they kind of sort of said it's got leather on there, but you can sort of see the suede around here, and then maybe on the front on the sneaker, which might be synthetic. But the rest of it is sort of synthetic textile materials and very sort of lightweight, and that's kind of both particular sneakers were, I suppose, lightweight for the time. And the price for these is £140. So with the comfort and sizing, this is on the medium side in my opinion. It's kind of sort of very neutral. There isn't much give to the midsole itself, but inside it feels a little bit more giving. It's not like today's sneakers where they're made up of like high foam, low density types, foam. So they have a lot of sort of bounce back and springiness, whilst this one's more on the sort of firmer side. But it's meant to be that way because it's supposed to be sort of a really sort of lightweight runner. And also it has sort of good neutral support around, for your foot really. So it's not like a classic runner in the sense that because it's using the SL72 upper, it sits very sort of low to the ground and very flat. So if you're a runner, who kind of likes that sort of setup, then this obviously is a go. And again, no wearing time with these. When you've got the nylon upper and the mesh around this toe box area, there's it's pretty really lightweight. Like I said, the upper as well just feels really sort of breathable and easy to wear, and I had no issues with it either. So it's very cool. And I suppose the sizing's a bit off on Adidas. I think if you're in the UK and EU, you could probably go like true to size or just go half size up. But if you're in the US, then you can potentially go with your true to size, because they sort of differ in terms of their sizing. But going up half size regardless, wherever you are, it doesn't hurt. Just because you just get a little bit of extra room really. But with these ones, because there's a bit of more flexibility in terms of the sneaker itself and being quite easy to wear, and a lot of room in the toe box area, you should be fine. And these have really great traction as well, so they kind of remind me of the 1906R or 2002R from New Balance, and so they do feel very grippy. So the only issue probably is the heel, and I usually find with Adidas trainers that the heel tends to wear out quicker than the forefoot. So with the look and style, it's got a two-tone, I guess, autumn type vibe colour with this one. I think the other two pairs, with the one being blue and kind of like the yellow Volt colour, and one being an all-white colour, I think this one is more of a sort of wintry vibe, but obviously it's still very much a sort of spring-summer shoe for that reason, though, because of the fact that it's lightweight and it's very sort of breathable, so it's going to let in a lot of air, and made for sort of running back in the day. And it's a good one for sort of casual wear, really. I won't really be using them for running, but it's just because I'm just describing, how they were used before. But for nowadays, it's more of a lifestyle sneaker. But like I said, they're very sort of easy to wear and lightweight on foot. So if you're looking for something of that sort with a bit of a twist, then this is a good pair to get. And it comes with the white, almost sort of sail laces. And in the box, there also is a pair of navy laces, I think, which goes well with the upper. So for me, you got the classic sort of stuff that you normally would have in the box. So, and then you also get the little Bad Bunny bag as well, the Parrot Bad Bunny bag in the box as well. And it seems to be like the new packaging norm, at least for the runners that he's been releasing, and the gazelles. So the packaging itself is really cool. So with the final thoughts, I do like the fact that it's a mashup of two different sneakers. I think it's quite different and a bit out there, and I think it personally works. And this one's got two-tone autumn colours, so I think for me the colours on this don't work as well as the other two pairs, and that's the only thing that I would say from my perspective. And I think they're very lightweight. I kept sort of saying that over and over again, but they are very easy to wear, and makes it better to have as a sort of lifestyle sneaker for nowadays. With the cons, I think the price, the Adios Adizero OG retails at about £100, which is about $110, $115, and obviously the SL72 is a lot lower than that. It's like £90, about $100, and so for them to ask sort of £40 or like $50 over a standard pair, and I know it's like a mishmash of two different sneakers and it's a collab, but I think they were a bit too greedy with the price range on these, and probably should have been about $120. So with the ratings, I'm going to give the look and style a 4 out of 5. The reason why is the other two colourways I think are pretty much perfect. This one I just don't think it quite works in my opinion. I thought the upper was brown because when you see it in photos, but when you get it in hand it's a maroon colour, and I think the orange with the maroon is just a bit clashy to me. But and then also I feel like it's got too much orange, versus the other two pairs were quite sort of balanced in terms of their colourway, even though they had like funky colours. It was still sort of more balanced, especially like the blue Volt pair being sort of a bit of a mad contrast, but blue and Volt works anyway. And the comfort, I'm going to give it a 4. Like I said, it's not like an amazing comfort, but it's very sort of neutral on foot and should be an easy sort of wear for pretty much all day, every day. And like I said, the upper is really sort of forgiving as well. And the quality, I'm going to give that a 4. It's, it's using it at the end of the day, sort of cheap materials, so it's not anything too special, but it was made as, both of them were made as runners, so they're meant to be sort of very lightweight, so that's the reason for that, so you can't sort of knock it too much. And the pricing, like I said, they were probably priced a bit too high in my opinion, and so for me, I think it could have been better priced in my opinion. And that's why overall I'm going to give the score for this one a 4 out of 5. The other two pairs are nicer from my perspective, and I think this pair is nice, but not as nice as the other two, and that's the reason why I've given this one a 4 and the other one's 5, because I think the other pairs just work better overall.